Alright, hello guys, whoever's tuned in. I've kind of been sitting here wasting a lot of my time and a lot of the daylight trying to figure out how I'm going to start this and does it look right or does it sound right. And then I realized it all kind of goes with what I want to talk about in this first video, and that's going to be perfection. I've noticed that a lot of things that I want to do, I will wait or not do it because I want to be perfect at it, or I think that I'm just not where I want to be to begin it, and those kinds of things. And I've come to realize that waiting around to be amazing at something is what stops you from doing it, and it kills your drive and any ambitions you have to start it, because there really is no such thing as perfection. And waiting around to become that isn't reasonable when you want to begin a new habit or start a new skill or just start something new. And I found that if you're able to express an understanding or an acceptance that you'll never be perfect, or the situation or your skills will never be perfect, and that there's really no such thing as that, you're able to start that new project or habit in a space that you were actually meant to. Because people don't just randomly have ideas, I feel like, to do things. Like, you're usually inspired by something, or you just feel called to do that. And it's really just kind of fear or just internal things that you still need to work on that's preventing you from actually obtaining what you really want or beginning something that you really want to do. Like, for me, I've waited around to start recording and just sharing like things that I think about and all those different experiences, like on YouTube and those kinds of things, because I'm so worried about how I will be perceived and so worried about how I look and where I'm at in my journey. But I've really just realized that if you don't start and you don't let go of unrealistic expectations or unrealistic ideas of what perfection is, I would really never start it. I would never get good at it or find my place or if this is what I should be doing. I have really been trying to journal and do all kinds of sorts of things to just get in a headspace where I can just begin something and go into it wholeheartedly. So this is kind of my version of doing that, and I know that perfection and wanting to be perfect has held me back. But I hope this inspires other people and they just start something and just go with the flow and go with what comes to them. If they like talking, or if they like recording video games or going out in nature or something like that. I just feel like perfection was the perfect thing to talk about, because it stops you from just becoming who you're meant to be and those kinds of things. Another big point is that perfection is not the same thing as mastery. Perfection is it's unobtainable because it doesn't really exist. And I think that people mistake perfection or being perfect at something for being a master at something, or mastering a skill or a mindset or a habit or something like that, because I don't know, it's easy to confuse things for what they really are based on your perspective and things that you've been through or things that you've learned. And I've just found that, to me, what I've been mistaking perfection for is mastery. And all mastery is repeatedly trying something and failing, but learning from those failures and being able to express gratitude and understanding for the failures and the lesson within them, and using that understanding, using that lesson as a way to build up the skill you're trying to master, and eventually like mastering something and being actually good at it, or wherever you want to be at with that skill. But yeah, that's kind of just where I'm at with everything. And I know this is probably going to be kind of short and sweet until I figure out exactly how I want to do things. But I knew that if I didn't start somewhere and figure out what works for me, I'd never start the project that this is going to become, or be able to accept where I'm at and come to terms with where I'm at within my own mindset and journey and those kinds of things. Like, I know that weeks from now I'm going to be like, "Ooh, this is just not any good." Whatever, but the whole point is that I push past that kind of perspective of perfectionism and just realized that if I wasn't meant to do it, I probably wouldn't be called to do it or felt like I should. But yeah, today's little message was about perfection and how I've kind of started to look at it from a different perspective and how I've realized it's affecting me and things that I want to do. Definitely leave a comment if this resonates with you or if there's anything else you can add. I didn't want this to be super long or like a brain killer, but I wanted to just put something out. Do my best, give it a try, see what works, see what doesn't. But yeah, I really hope everyone's having a beautiful Monday. This took a lot of courage to do, and I know that when you post yourself on the internet, you're obviously up for judgment and that kind of thing, but I want this to be a space where people can talk and have open conversations and just find understanding within each other and everyone else's experiences and how they think of things. So I really hope this reaches the right people or just like-minded people or curious people who want to hear someone else's perspective on things. But yeah, have a beautiful day.